24/7 Laredo Talk Show is an independent and original news channel dedicated to local topics relating to everyday issues that affect Laredo, Webb County, and surrounding areas. Any comments made by guests are not a reflection of the views and opinions of the 24/7 Laredo team. However, we intend to offer a community program with wide-ranging views and opinions that reflect our community's people. No abusive or obscene comments toward any class of people or persons will be tolerated. We believe that an informed community is the way to move Laredo and Webb County forward. 24/7 Laredo Talk Show is open to any candidate running for office or any person who strongly believes in any issue that helps our community stay informed. If you would like to advertise on the show, you can email us at bordertown2020@gmail.com.
Welcome to the show. I'm Jesus Chugasa, your host of 24/7 Laredo Talk Show. This is an independent news channel. It talks about issues affecting Laredo and surrounding areas. You can follow us on Facebook by pressing the like button. We're pretty fortunate to have Osvaldo Valdi Guzman, who's here to talk to us a little bit about his race. As you know, he is a candidate running for place 9 at Laredo College. Some of you may not know that there's actually positions at Laredo College as trustees. He'll tell us all about it in a second. Just to remind everyone, don't forget to get registered to vote between now and September the 12th, so you can make sure that you vote on early voting or on election day. Welcome to the show, Osvaldo. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Mr. Garza. How are you doing, sir?
Just fine, just fine. Osvaldo, tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, Mr. Garza, I was born here in Laredo, Texas, to Osvaldo and Ana Maria Guzman. I have one sister by the name of Maribel Guzman Ramirez. I attended LISD. I attended Alma Pierce Elementary, then moved on to Kristen Middle School, and then graduated from Nixon High School. I attended Laredo Junior College on a baseball scholarship, and then I continued my education and baseball career at Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas, sir. I came back, graduated from TAMU with a bachelor's degree. And in 2006, I married my wife, Claudia Guzman, and we have 4 children. Alicia, Nick, Rebecca, Orlando, and I do have a grandson by the name of Ethan. The majority of my career, sir, I worked for the city of Laredo for 27 years in different capacities. I started off with the city of Laredo at the Community Development Department as a code enforcement inspector, then moved on to the real estate division. And then from there, I moved to the Convention Visitors Bureau as a sports marketing manager. And after a couple of years there at the convention and at the CVB Convention Visitors Bureau, I moved on to become the assistant director of the Parks and Recreation department, and then eventually, my last 7 years with the city, I became the director for the department.
So now you've done 27 years with the city of Laredo, and now you've done 3 years with UISD. You've enjoyed. Did you finish your retirement? I mean, is that what you did? You retired from the city of Laredo?
That's correct, sir. I retired from the city of Laredo, took off maybe like about 2 months, stayed home for like 2 months, and then this job. Yeah, and then this job opportunity came about, and I decided to take it.
That's good. That's good. Now you're working basically with the athletic department at UISD.
Yes, sir. Currently, what I do for the athletic department is I oversee the budget for the high school and middle school athletics, and whenever there's games right now, of course,
right now everything seems to be on course for the time being, right? Regardless of COVID, everything seems to be going.
Yes, sir. It's a little bit delayed, but we're following the rules of UIL and of course the school districts and the city. We're probably delayed maybe right now, maybe like about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but we're ready to go as soon as everything's cleared.
There will be football in Laredo.
Yes, sir. Yes. So
Okay.
hopefully it'll be soon. Yes, sir. I know that's the biggest question we get every day is when is football season going to start? When is volleyball season going to start? So that's the biggest question, and it changes every week. You know, I mean, sometimes they'll tell us maybe in about 2 weeks. Sometimes they'll tell us, hey, maybe in about a month. So it
Right.
changes. It changes.
Anyway, the beginning of the school year, there were basically non-district games, so
Yes, sir.
there was enough time for you to work the schedule. And of course, we want to make sure that the games are played in a safe environment. So I
Exactly.
understand. Now,
Yes,
let
sir.
me ask you then you've been in public servant for at least 30 years,
Yes, sir.
working for the city and UISD. How did you decide to run for trustee?
You know, I've seen the great success Laredo College provided to me and my family because my wife and my children also went to Laredo College, and many members of the community. And I want to continue to provide and promote that excellent foundation that Laredo College has offered to a number of people. And
Right.
and that's one of the reasons. The second reason is like you were mentioning. The community. When I was there at the city of Laredo for Parks and Recreation, we did a lot of events, built new parks, Mr. Garza, Navidad Fest, a bunch of events, giving back to the community. And I guess that's something that I miss, and hopefully I can do it at a different capacity.
At the college. Now, obviously, the city of Laredo created a lot of new parks the last 10 years, and
Yes, sir.
you were definitely in the forefront to making sure they were properly operated and taken care of.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, then how was your response? How did your wife respond? Did you just wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to run for office, or did it sort of develop in some way?
When I first retired from the city of Laredo, I always told her, hey, eventually I want to run for office. You know, if it's city council, if it's the school.
You had it in your inside of you.
Yes, sir. There was always something there inside. Yes, sir. I told her, hey, maybe for city council, maybe for school board or something. There was always that little itch, I guess.
Right.
And so this came about, and I told her, hey, you know what? Maybe this is the time to do it. And she kind of hesitated, and I think she still hesitates a little bit. But I have her full
About your
support.
colleagues, did they support you? Did they, people you've talked to? How was the response for the community of people that you talked to?
It's been a great response. My family, besides my wife, but my family and friends, they've been real positive. I've received a great amount of calls and text messages, just telling me, hey, you have our support. Let me know if we can do anything and stuff like that. But it's been incredible. It's been a good 2 weeks.
Now, obviously, now that you're running and you got such good response, now the reality now comes in about what you want to do for the college and what are the issues. You had an opportunity, or have you talked to people at the college to tell them, or have they told you what the issues are, some of the issues that you think need to be dealt with?
I've talked to a couple of people that work there at the college, and I think the college. I think the current board. And the president right now. They've done a great job right now. I know one of the biggest things that they did recently was they cut 20% off the tuition for the fall. But I know talking to different members, I think they want to see the college being promoted a little bit more, uh, uh, because they say that yes, they see promotions of the college here and there and stuff like that, but they want to promote it a little bit more. And I know they started adding. I think there's two 4-year degrees now, two bachelor degrees that they're offering, and they want to see maybe the possibility of adding a couple more bachelor degrees there at the college.
Good, but the response has been good. But you think the issues may be additional curriculum then for the college students? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, all right. And is there any other particular projects that you'd like to start at the college?
Uh, I think with working with the city, it gave me the opportunity to work with the different school districts, the county of Webb, the different organizations in the public and private sector. I think it's going to be important to bring everybody eventually, get everybody together. I know the college right now is big on certifications. So I think it's important to get these people certified and get them out there on the workforce.
Right. Well, that's good. Definitely the more, but the thing is that I've noticed though, that there has been a lack of involvement by some of the board members. And maybe that's their role. They believe that their philosophy is to just do the work at the board and not have to be involved with the community. To me, it just seems to me that most public officials get physically involved in some of the activities at the jurisdictions that they oversee. So I think Laredo College has done a great job in terms of being able to teach the students, excuse me, but they have not been seen publicly being involved in the community. And I think they can do better.
I completely agree, sir. I know just this past weekend, I was stopped there at the HEB actually, and I was talking to two of the parents, and they were telling me, hey, if this happens and stuff like that, we would like to see more internships. They have two kids there at Laredo College, and they wanted to see if maybe we can work with other organizations to get more internships. I know the nursing program there at the college is one of the top ranked in the state of Texas, and they do that internship there with the hospitals and stuff like that. But there's other, other jobs that are looking for some type of internship that they would like to see.
On the issue of vocational, which is totally slightly different than what we were talking about a minute ago, what are your thoughts about vocational training for Laredo, or are there enough curriculums for those? I mean, is there enough teachers, or is there something you can work on there?
I think it's a great thing that they're doing with those vocationals, because not everybody likes college, not everybody wants to go to college. But if we can catch those people that don't like college and get them certified as a welder, as a heavy truck driver, and as soon as they get out of school.
Not all of us were, not all of us do, professional. I mean, not everyone is doing certain types of jobs, governmental jobs. I mean, we need plumbers, we need vocational professionals out there.
Exactly.
Electricians, welders. I mean, all that's what makes the society diverse and complete, not just the professional class, but also the vocational group. So certainly there has to be more activity for them. I had one of the other persons running for office for Laredo College, but in another race. He said, the problem is I don't see any of the board members trying to attract more vocational training for programs for our people, for people who don't want to attend regular college classes.
Yes, and I completely agree with that, sir, because not everybody likes the science or the math classes and stuff like that.
I didn't like it, but I had to go through with it.
Yes, sir. But I mean, I think vocational is very much needed. Yeah. And we can expand into more sectors. I mean, I think that's something that the college needs to do, sir.
Okay. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take a short break, Osvaldo, at this point, and take some commercials. We'll be right back with Osvaldo Valdi Guzman, who's actually running for place 9 at Laredo College. We'll see you right back. We're back with Osvaldo Valdi Guzman, candidate for Laredo College Place 9. Thank you for joining us, Valdi. Let me continue talking to you about, as a board member, you are going to be sitting to decide the type of budget you're going to give, which you've been doing for years anyway. You're familiar with that. And you're familiar with the issues of raising taxes, lowering taxes, about freezing positions, about expanding programs and things like that. So you have some experience. But what is your philosophy concerning taxes?
Sir, this is a
yes, I asked the question because you don't know how many people ask me that question. They tell me you need to ask them about taxes because to them it does affect everyone.
Of course, and right now, sir, because of the COVID-19, this is a very challenging time for the community and for a lot of students and families. So raising taxes, I'm not in agreement right now. What they did, cutting the 20% off tuition, I think that was a great idea by the college, and we need to find different ways.
Did that because the money came from the federal government.
Yes, and that's it.
Budget from Laredo's budget, Laredo College.
Yes, and I was going to go there because I know that Laredo Care program that they did with the city of Laredo, I think that was very important, and something that I guess the college needs to do is go out and look for more federal.
I give kudos to Laredo College and the city of Laredo for working together,
Exactly.
creating a curriculum of certifications for people who are unemployed.
I completely agree.
They did well there.
Yes, sir. I completely agree, and I think that's something that needs to be done more and more often. Because of this COVID, I know there was that grant money out there that was used for this, but there has to be a way.
Hopefully they'll do it again.
Yes, sir.
So you're definitely not going to raise taxes. You're not thinking about raising taxes.
No, sir.
You're working within the budget constraints.
Yes,
the fact that they're doing virtual classes, is that something that you support?
I support it 100%, Mr. Garza, and the reason is right now this virus is not going to go away anytime soon. So we need to do our part, washing our hands, keeping our distance, and wearing our masks before we decide to go back to full face-to-face education.
So is this going to continue to the end of the semester, you think?
My understanding, what I've talked to different people, I think it is until the end of the semester, and I guess maybe right before they'll decide if they're going to do the same things. How does that affect
you with UISD? I mean, they're going virtual for another week or two. I mean, for just to mid-September, more or less, or up to the third week or so. And then they're going probably back to work in terms of going to the schools. How does that affect the athletics department and your operations and things like that?
Currently, like going back to school, it's been changing every week, and they'll give us a date that maybe you can start practicing strength and conditioning this day, and then it'll change to a different date. So right now we're looking at
everyone is ready to go. We're just waiting for the main office to tell you.
Yes, sir. We're our athletic department is ready to go. The coaches are ready to go. We're just waiting on approval from our superintendent, and as long as everybody aligns and everybody agrees to it, the UIL, the school districts, and stuff like that, we're ready to go, sir.
You understand that I've been doing some reading that outside Laredo, where they've allowed for person-to-person, face-to-face teaching at the universities, there's been an increase in the number of COVID cases.
Yes, sir.
What is your thought? Because in Laredo, it seems that COVID-19 cases are going downward. It seems to be. But I mean, do you still tell everybody to mask up, or what is it that you tell people that?
Yes, sir. We tell everybody they got to wear. You got to wear your mask. You got to wash your hands. Keep your distance. I mean, it's still important to follow all those procedures. Like you're mentioning, the city of Laredo. You've been seeing the numbers drop. Right. But in May, the numbers, yeah.
Back if there's a person-to-person contact.
Yes, sir.
Reading some universities around the country where the young people are just still getting together and
exactly.
those numbers go up.
Yes, and one of the things that parents don't understand when they talk about sports is that you still gotta take the kids in the bus, so that it's that enclosed
Right.
spot also. So you still have that transportation issue that you gotta worry about.
So
Also.
that's why I gotta ask you then the question about, okay, so football season's already here.
Yes, sir.
The fans are ready to go. How are you going to are they admitting everybody back to normal and the seating arrangement at the stadium, or what are they going to do?
My understanding, if it was to start playing pretty soon, it's going to be a limited capacity, and it's going to be spaced out.
Limited tickets.
Limited tickets, yes, sir, and limited capacity to football games, and of course spacing out on the bleachers. That's my understanding, yes, sir.
It's going to be interesting to watch. I mean, this is 2020 and things. That seems to be the new normal.
Yes, sir. And with that, you also got to take into consideration that you have the band, parents, you have the cheerleading squad. So you got to take all that into consideration with the amount of people you can allow.
Which is with a band alone will take a lot of space.
Yes, sir.
Pass them up. Now, what are your thoughts about the election now that coronavirus is here? It obviously has impacted the way our lives have turned around. How do you plan to get the vote out, or how do you plan to how are you going to talk to your constituency?
What I was thinking is more social media right now.
Okay.
I want to do social media, sir, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I think that's the way to go right now. And just word by mouth, I mean, talk to some friends over the phone and say, hey, just let your family and friends know that I'm running for this, and I mean, for them to remember. And then once election comes around, I think it's going to be very important to have the people go out
Yes.
during early voting, because it's going to be the 2-week span of early voting, and you have 3 weeks.
Yes, October 13th.
Okay, and you have more time to what do you call it, to go there and stuff like that, instead of waiting for that date.
But if can people reach you? They want to either volunteer in your campaign, or they want to give you a donation, or they just want to talk to you about it.
Yes, sir. They can go into Facebook right now under Valdi Guzman, and the webpage will come out, and they can call my cell number also, sir. My cell number 956-337-8411.
Okay, so you got the phone number. We're going to try to put the scroll it down the bottom so that way people can read it. And I would urge people to contact you to communicate with you, see what your thoughts are.
Yes, sir.
Did you get a chance to talk to students in the last couple of weeks to see what their needs are, what they're asking for?
I've talked to a couple of students, and their main concern was having access to the library, to computers, because some were telling me that they don't have computers and stuff like that. So their main concern was having access to the library and to computers. Yes, sir.
All right. Well then, Valdi, thank you for joining us. The election is set for November the 3rd. Early voting begins October 13th.
Yes, sir.
And of course, if you haven't registered to vote, they need to make sure that they're registered to vote by September I believe it's the 12th. Yes. I urge everyone to please keep listening to all these videos and keep listening to the candidates. Osvaldo Valdi Guzman, candidate for Laredo College Place 9. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you again. I hope you can make it again, and we can talk about some more about the college, about some more football if you can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we already got your phone number on there, so I just remind everybody to please don't forget to go out and vote. On behalf of 24/7 Laredo Talk Show, thank you again, Valdi, for being here, and thank you to the voters for listening. Until next time, have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.